Hello everyone, the December Review here. With the recent announcement that the Sex and the City continuation and Just Like That has been picked up for a second season, I thought it would be a good time to go back and take a look at some of my favorite moments from Season 1. SATC fans were ecstatic when the news broke that the show would be coming back. The long-running HBO series' popularity had continued over the years since the second feature film concluded back in 2010. Armed with the majority of series regulars back to take on the busy Manhattan streets, AJLT was missing one important ingredient as Kim Cattrall decided not to return as Samantha Jones after a very public split from the show. Debuting in December of 2021 and Just Like That opened to the highest number of viewers HBO Max has seen and continued to be its highest rated show ever on the platform during its 10-episode run. So even with its very public detractors, it's no surprise that Season 2 is a go. Overall, I enjoyed the show very much as it challenged its own expectations, deciding to head down new paths of its already established world. It wasn't perfect, but I thought it worked. So with that said, let's take a look back with 10 of my favorite moments from Season 1. Number 10, the beginning. So right off the bat here, I'm going with the first scene of Episode 1. After nearly 12 years since we last saw Carrie, Charlotte, and Miranda, we open to some familiar music and are reintroduced to our leads. The Samantha situation is answered as quickly as you could get. Welcome back, SATC.
Jeremy, party of five?
That's us.
Excuse me. Woo! Remember when we had to legally stand 6 feet apart from one another?
Yeah, I miss it.
Oh, excuse us. Sorry.
Number 9, Harry bribes Rock. For number 9, we go from the first episode to the final, where we find Charlotte and Harry in a bit of a bind with Rock. This theme was a consistent one throughout the season as the couple tried to navigate through new parental situations. In the finale, Rock is set to take the stage for a day mitzvah, but decides they don't want to go through with it at the last minute. With a banquet hall full of people and no expense left unturned, Charlotte ends up stepping in for Rock to save the day. But not before Harry tries everything he can in a quick but funny moment of despair.
What do you want, Rock? You want an Oculus? An Apple Watch? What's it gonna take?
Number 8, the picnic fight. It's safe to say that Carrie and Miranda didn't see eye to eye at times during the season. The pair had a few heated exchanges, including this one from episode 6. Here, Miranda tells Charlotte about her affair with Jay, and the resulting conversation ends up with Miranda walking away. One of the better aspects I enjoyed with the show is its willingness to get serious as it dealt with some pretty heavy themes. Carrie steps in to try and get everyone back on the same page in a very well-written moment.
Miranda, stop. Come on, stop. We already lost Samantha. I'm not losing anyone else. People are gone. Like in a second. You can disagree, but you can't leave.
I'm sorry. I want to understand. Well, when you do, maybe you can explain it to me.
Number 7, the lamp. For number 7, we are back to the finale where an ongoing story involves the odd behavior of Carrie's table lamp. This thing starts acting up and Carrie realizes it must be some message from Big. After taking it to a repair shop where it has its wires fixed, the magic lamp seems to be back to its old self and Carrie just made the whole connection up in her head. Or did she? The spiritual connection with the lamp acted as a nice segue to conclude the Carrie and Big storyline, resulting in a trip to Paris to say goodbye one final time.
If you're trying to reach me, blink. is so you.
Number 6. The fashion. Another hot topic for fans of the series is the ever-changing and dramatic looks from its leads, with Carrie's personal wardrobe rivaling a trip through Broadway. Whether it's a night out on the town or a trip around the block for a smoke, AJLT brought its designer A-game.
Hello?
It's Anthony.
Oh, good. I thought you were a phone solicitor. Who wants to be seen as the crazy neighbor, right?
I hear you.
Oh, hi. Greetings. And just like that, I realized there are some things that should never be put into storage. Look at me. I'm wearing overalls.
I see that.
Months later, I was back in heels.
Number 5. The Natasha situation. For episode 3, Carrie finds herself in some familiar territory as her life is interconnected with Big's ex-wife, Natasha. After learning John left her $1 million in his will, Carrie is convinced that there is more to the story that she isn't aware of. Had they kept their relationship going behind her back, why would this be? Carrie attempts to track down Natasha in various ways, which only led her to becoming increasingly neurotic. That tension spilled over when the pair finally beat up, and the resulting conversation was a rather emotional on-screen moment of this long-standing SATC narrative.
Do you think maybe we could just talk just for a minute?
I don't have a minute. No, I am not doing this. I cannot think about you anymore. I am done thinking about you. I've already given you more minutes of my life than you ever deserved.
Yes, you have. I agree.
Number 4. Couples tennis. In episode 7, we get a look into the ultra-competitive side of one Charlotte York Goldenblatt. Charlotte and Harry are having an afternoon of mixed tennis with Lisa and Herbert Wexley. After a moment where Harry tells Charlotte not to hold back, the ensuing match point is won by Charlotte, but not before taking Harry out to make the play. For the rest of the episode, Harry won't stop looking for an apology from her, and it's Charlotte's reluctance to do so that really stands out. I thought this whole thing was very funny and showcased a different side of Charlotte we usually don't see. Plus, it's always great to see the pair on screen together as they have excellent chemistry.
It's common courtesy.
We were playing tennis.
And there's no rule against the word sorry in tennis.
I went for the ball, which you had literally just mansplained me to do.
Wait, what now?
You heard me. You can be a bit of a mansplainer, but I had let it go on the court because you're my partner and you have to let the annoying stuff go if you want to win.
And we did win, but I got knocked down in the process, and I'm just asking for a simple apology.
That's insane. I'm not apologizing.
What's the big deal? It's 2 words.
You're making it a big deal by bringing it up in the first place.
I could argue that you're making an even bigger deal by refusing to apologize. Why is this so hard for you?
Because I have nothing to apologize for.
Number 3. Anthony. While the series drove down some darker subject matters including loss, grieving, alcoholism, and cheating, the humor was still front and center for the new season. And while everyone had moments to shine in the comedy department, no one did it better than the brilliant Mario Cantone as Anthony. Always a highlight on the show in previous seasons, Anthony took things to a new level of funny. In almost every episode, he would pop up at the perfect time with either a snarky one-liner, words of wisdom, or just be reassuring company. At every turn, it was usually hilarious. From his new bakery store to the first time out eating with the crew, lecturing rock, or visiting plastic surgeon, Anthony was consistently great.
Come on. We are thrilled that you found an archaeologist to saw your old carcass open and try to put those sanded down fossils inside you back together.
Anthony.
What? She laughed. And this is my first solo lunch with you ladies. I've really got to bring it.
Number 2. Carrie and Miranda square off. Episode 5 brought us maybe the biggest emotional moment of the season, if not one of the most emotional scenes in the entire show's run. After having hip surgery, Carrie finds herself with some around-the-clock assistance from her friends. Unable to even get out of bed without help, Carrie dozes off while Miranda keeps watch. Che stops by for a surprise visit, and the hinted-at flirting between Che and Miranda goes off the tracks after some shots and some smoke, sets the stage for a supercharged scene. Carrie wakes up to find Miranda having her affair, and after a rather awkward few moments, her and Miranda have it out. It's as well acted and written as you can get as these longtime friends start to unravel the ever-changing place Miranda finds herself in.
I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy. Okay? I'm trapped. I hate my marriage. I hate it. I hate my life. I hate it.
Since when?
Since... forever?
No, that's not true.
It feels like it is.
Why didn't you say something?
What would I say? That I don't want to be this person anymore? That I want to be something more? That this isn't enough?
That is exactly what you should say.
Well, then I said it.
Number 1. Opening the door. Episode 6 provided a turning point for its characters, and the final few minutes put the exclamation point on its direction. Charlotte was having a difficult time with all of the change that was going on at home. Miranda came to the conclusion that she needed to move on from Steve and contact Che. And while she thought she was doing better, Carrie was flooded with an emotional wave after visiting her storage. All of these things were able to find some breathing room in the episode's conclusion, as the familiar refrain of "I can see clearly now" hangs over the proceedings. Our slightly lost group finds some clarity and even some hope as the episode wraps up. Just to make sure we are well aware of where we find these characters, Carrie walks down the steps inside her apartment, John's jacket in tow, and walks through the door into the light, signaling the next chapter for our cast. So there are some of my favorite moments from And Just Like That Season 1. There are more I could mention, and while we wait for Season 2, stick around for more AJLT videos down the line. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and let me know your favorite moments from the show in the comments section below.